We are Cory and Wallace, an early retired couple on a full-time journey around the world. With a passion for exploring new cultures, discovering hidden gems, and enjoying delicious local food, we are on a mission to experience as much of the world as we can.
Good morning from Gibraltar.
Today is day 4 of our cruise on the Star Princess, and we are currently docked here at this British overseas territory. And today we are going to go hike that. That is the Rock of Gibraltar.
So we did not book an excursion with the ship. The ship takes off at 4:30. It docked at 7.
5:30 is the all.
Or 5:30. It docked at 7. It was pitch black out, so sunrise was at 8:39. So we're off the ship about 9 o'clock. It takes an hour to walk there if we were to walk, and then what, 2 hours to walk up apparently?
An hour and a half to 2 hours to go up the Mediterranean steps, which is what we're aiming to do today.
So we are gonna walk away from the cruise port and get ourselves a taxi. Hopefully that'll be a little bit cheaper in town, and then get ourselves to the rock and start climbing.
So, as it turns out, there were no taxis at the cruise terminal, only very overly priced taxi tours, and it was going to be like a couple £100 for a guided tour on a shuttle or a minivan.
They did take you to all the touristy spots, so
which isn't what we wanted to do today.
No, but my point being that might not be that expensive because we are in a very rich country right now.
Bottom line is, there weren't actual taxis there, so we are now in the middle of about an hour-long walk to get to the start of the Mediterranean Steps hike, which happens to be at the Pillars of Hercules monument. Taking a little longer than we expected this morning, but we should be there in about 20-25 minutes, and then we'll be able to get our tickets to go up the mountain and start our actual hike. It's a little steep. We're climbing up the hill right now, and behind us you can see the Strait of Gibraltar. On that side, the land mass we can see is Spain, and I believe like Seville's over that way. But the cool thing is, once you exit the strait that way, that's the North Atlantic, and the land mass that we can see off to my right now, that's Morocco. So this is the closest we've ever been to Africa. After a little over an hour of walking, we are here at what is called Jew's Gate, where the Pillars of Hercules monument is. And this is also the start of the Mediterranean Steps hike. There's a ticket office here where you have to buy your tickets before you can continue up, and it's £30 sterling per person. Again, this is a British overseas territory, so they use the pound sterling here as the official currency. It's pretty busy here today. A lot of the tour buses showed up here. I think they continue on up. There's a road that goes up, but we're going to be hiking around the backside up some switchbacks and steps and stuff, and should be a pretty good hike. It's a beautiful day right now.
Yeah, honestly, the walk up was not too bad. It's all on concrete, but it's half flat, half straight up, so just be prepared for that. And then steps and switchbacks, I think that goes without saying that there's pretty steep. but it should be okay. Today is not too hot. It's actually a really comfortable temperature, so
Yeah, it's a nice day. It's still early in the day, so it's not, midday sun, and should be a pretty pleasant hike. So we've just walked from the ferry terminal, which is like around that side. We're here. There's an easier trail called Martin's Path, which I'm not sure which way it goes. We're taking the Mediterranean steps, which is going to go around like kind of the point of Gibraltar, around the backside of the rock, and a bunch of switchbacks up the backside to O'Hara's Battery, which I believe is an old military installation. We've started the hike now, and it's absolutely beautiful here today. Blue skies. I'm looking at Africa over there. Yeah, this is gonna be fantastic. I forgot to mention earlier, the reason we're paying £30 to go up this hike is because the entire top of the rock is a nature reserve. There's a bunch of different activities that we can do up there that are included in our tickets, but also this is home of the Barbary macaque, the only wild monkey species in Europe. So with any luck, we're gonna see some once we're at the top.
this is not an easy hike. There's a lot of up and down, very uneven footing. So if you have any mobility issues, this isn't the hike for you. But it is so pretty. We're right along the ocean, or the sea, I guess, right now. And the views are stunning.
What do you think?
This is unlike any hike I've ever done. These views are incredible.
We are probably 3/4 of the way up at this point. It's not gonna lie, it's hot. It's like 24, 25 degrees today, but I'm glad we waited till it was light out, because my goodness, when the sunlight hits the Mediterranean, it's just so blue and beautiful.
And here's the part that blows my mind. The Mediterranean's like glass. Like there's not a wave to be seen.
Yeah, it's calm here. Also, the Strait of Gibraltar, apparently like half the world's shipping traffic comes through here, which is why Gibraltar was so strategically important. just because if you control this strait, you control a lot of the world's shipping route. In fact, along the way, there was if you need a place to take a break and get out of the sun, there was a couple of caves that we were able to pop in and poke our heads into. As well, there's a couple of old World War II era bunkers that you can check out, and also that provide a nice shady spot to take a break. We're currently around the backside of the rock on this hike around Gibraltar, and if I'm not mistaken, that city you can see behind me is La Línea de la Concepción, which is a Spanish city that's right across the border from Gibraltar. Or look up and smile.
There's not that much to smile about, is there?
Everyone's smiling.
It's still alive.
No, he's right. There's not much to smile about because this is a pretty tough hike.
Yeah.
We made it. Hour and 36 minutes with a bunch of stops for photos and videos. I'll take it. Yeah, this is gorgeous. We've got the Mediterranean on that side, Strait of Gibraltar on that side, leading out to the North Atlantic. There's Morocco and Africa behind me. And up here is O'Hara's Battery, which I believe is a military installation. Looks like probably a big gun or something, so we're gonna go take a closer look. O'Hara's Battery is obviously a couple of gun emplacements here, and these are massive cannons. What are they? 9.2 inch guns. Basically, that can protect the entire Strait of Gibraltar. I'm sure these things have enough range to reach out right across the strait. In fact, I'm looking at a sign right over there, and the range of gun is 29,600 yards. Yeah, they'll shoot pretty far.
That's insane.
We are starting the walk down from O'Hara's Battery. We're going back down along the main road, and as we're going here, you can see our ship, the Star Princess, from here. Way down there. This last bit up the rock to the top is obviously very crowded, very busy. There's minivans everywhere, there's people everywhere, and it looks like there's a couple of monkey feeding stations behind me, so there's lots of monkeys congregating here. And we've got a mom and a baby here right now. Just up at the top of the rock right now, near where the top cable car station is, and there's a bit of an old, I guess, World War II bunker up here as well. And it's kind of crazy because there's this one stretch here where there's no railing. That's a long way down. We wandered over down the road from the skywalk. We're at St. Michael's Cave. Not entirely sure what to expect here. We shall see.
I think it's going to be pretty hokey. It has an epilepsy warning, so that tells me they're going to have flashing lights. This is cool. Yeah. This cave is really cool. The light nets and stalactites are just amazing. But every few minutes they basically do like a projected light show with like all these different colors. It almost takes away from it because honestly it's just much more beautiful under normal light. We just got out of St. Michael's Cave, and honestly, I think it's absolutely stunning without the lights. I mean, they would have had to have natural light in order for you to see it, but beyond that, it was really hokey, actually.
The projected light show, I think, detracts from it, absolutely.
Yeah, they actually had like a theater set up so you could sit and watch the light show, which I don't really get. Let me know down in the comments if you think that it's a good thing.
Anyways, we have not done everything that there is to do up here, but it's in the afternoon now and we're hungry. We haven't had lunch, so we are gonna walk back down into town and make our way back to the ship and get some food. So I think that's gonna be it for the moment.
Yeah, Gibraltar. I think it is stunning.
Yeah.
We didn't have a lot of time here. We only did the hike up the mountain, which I think is the highlight anyway. I'm sure if we stuck around, I'm sure we would find some like hidden things, but it looks like it's just an island. And
it's not actually an island. It's like a peninsula. It's like a piece of land that just juts out south of Spain. But yeah, it does feel like an island, absolutely.
Yeah, so things are expensive from what we could gather. Just take that into consideration if you're coming here. But
bottom line, if you come to Gibraltar, do the hike up the Rock of Gibraltar, do the Mediterranean steps. If you're able to, you will not regret it. That was beautiful.
Yeah, and if you can't, do the cable car. The views will absolutely blow your mind.
And Barbary macaques everywhere once you hit the top. So if you like monkeys, this is a good place to go. If you don't like monkeys, you might want to stay away, honestly, because they're pretty aggressive. I saw numerous monkeys eating people food that they looked like they'd stolen, like bags of chips and cookies and things like that. Yeah, it's kind of a mess up there, honestly.
Unfortunately, the tour guides are actually to blame for that, because it's a $4,000 fine for tourists to be feeding the monkeys, but every tour guide that was in the van driving by, they were feeding the monkeys and like letting them into the car and stuff. So they kind of have been encouraging the issue.
Yeah, I think that is where we're gonna leave this video. We're gonna make our way back to the ship. Thanks very much for joining us here in Gibraltar today, you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up to give us a like and make sure you subscribe.
And join us in our other videos for more adventures. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring.